Hello, everyone, and welcome to your practice. My name is Bree, and as the holiday season starts to wind down and we return and settle back into our routines, it can be a great time to check in with the self, to see what's going on, what's here, what's showing up. Because on any given day, there is a lot coming at us, a lot that's grabbing for our attention. And when you throw the holidays into the mix, it can be amplified. And so oftentimes I can be a little bit heady and need these gentle reminders to get back in the body. And so that is the invitation for today, to notice when you get lost in thought or when you start to lose the mind to find the body. And so we will move and breathe with intention to help regulate and restabilize. So we will begin in child's pose. Starting at the back of the mat, either knees wide or knees together, sending hips to heels, reaching the arms out long, and just resting the forehead down. And just taking a moment to center ourselves before we begin to move in our practice. Allowing the breath to be unmanaged and just flow in and out naturally. And just observing what's here, how you're showing up today. How you're feeling, how your energy is. And just know that all is welcome. And then begin to breathe a little bit more deeply. Maybe feeling the abdomen press into the thighs as you inhale fully. And then gently soften as you exhale. And really breathing 360 degrees. So breathing into the abdomen, the sides of the body, the low back. Letting the torso expand and contract with every breath in and breath out. Maybe taking a moment to set an intention for your practice today. Whether that be just to be present, or to find your body and be with the breath. And then on your next inhale, we're going to roll up into cat. So coming through a rolling cat-cow, press down through the shins as you round into cat. And then drop the belly, soften the elbows into cow, and then sink the hips back. So we're going to inhale, scoop the tailbone round the back, coming up into cat. And then soften the elbows, belly drops, tailbone lifts into cow, as you then begin to sink back into child's pose. So moving with your breath and your pace, on an inhale, we round into cat, and then exhale, we drop down into cow as we sit the hips back towards the heels. Finding your rhythm, and letting this be initiated by the breath. Sensing into the undulation of the spine as you wave back and forth between cat and cow. And next time you are in cow, go ahead and tuck the toes under and press up and back into downward facing dog. Sit bones reach up towards the sky, pressing evenly into both hands. Feeling a nice stretch in the back of the legs. And then inhale, right leg long, tripod down dog. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Maybe notice more weight into the right hand. And then inhale, come back to center, find length. Exhale, step the foot through in between the hands. Inhale, lift up, low lunge. Exhale, circle the arms around as the hips go back, front leg lengthens. Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale back, low lunge. Exhale, send the hips back, leg goes long, Ardha Hanumanasana. Twice more with breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, rotate the arms, send the hips, fingertips back as the leg lengthens. Inhale, sweep up. And then exhale, find half splits and stay. Maybe taking blocks to rest the hands on. Reaching the heart forward as the hips go back. Breathing into the back of the leg. And then exhale, begin to bend the knee, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Full round of breath here. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the left knee, open up the hip. Come back through center, find length. Step the left foot up in between the hands, drop that back knee. Inhale, float the arms up, low lunge. And we'll move with breath again here. So on an exhale, begin to lengthen that front leg, hips go back, fingertips reach back, and then inhale, come back around into low lunge. So making this a nice fluid motion, finding your rhythm here. Letting the mind follow the slow rhythmic breath and movements. And on your next time around, go ahead and stay here in Ardha Hanumanasana. Maybe hands come to blocks. Breathing into the left hamstring. Heart reaches forward as the hips pull back. Finding some traction here. And then go ahead and bend that left knee, hands plant, and step back, downward facing dog. Breathe in fully. Exhale fully. Gaze up at the hands, step or hop up to the top of the mat and meet in forward fold. And go ahead and separate the feet a little wider than hip distance and a deep bend in the knees, letting the belly come onto the thighs, and we'll find ragdoll. So grabbing for opposite elbows, letting yourself be heavy and find a gentle sway. Maybe finding some release in the low back or the neck. And then meeting in forward fold, hands plant. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. And then toes point out, heels turn in. Exhale, begin to sink the hips down, finding Malasana squat. So we'll move a few times between Malasana squat and forward fold with our breath. So on an exhale, we're going to point the toes forward as we send the hips up, fold down into a forward fold. Inhale, toes turn out, heels in as we sit back into Malasana. So moving between these two, finding some opening in the hips and the hamstrings. Option to sit on a block as well when you come into Malasana. Once more here, finding Malasana, chest stays lifted. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, deep bend in the knees, press down through the feet, lift all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center as you sit the hips down, finding chair pose. Rolling the shoulders down and back, drawing the belly in towards the spine, finding some lift in the chest. Maybe the thumbs are pressing into the sternum as the sternum presses back into the thumbs to help encourage that opening in the chest. Steady breath here. Feeling some heat and energy in the quads. And then on an inhale, begin to shift the weight into the left foot and we'll find one leg mountain. Drawing right knee up towards the chest. Deep breath in. And then exhale, slight bend in that standing leg as we hinge forward and lengthen our right leg back, finding airplane. Steady breath. Gently release that right foot down to touch the mat. And maybe arms come in front, fingertips touch. Inhale here. Exhale, release the hands to the floor or to blocks, lengthening that front leg, pyramid pose. Letting everything pour out. And a couple waves of the spine here. So inhale, find length. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. Once more, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Step the right foot up to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press down through the feet, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, fingers go wide, reaching all the way up. And then exhale, hands come to heart center as you sit the hips down, chair pose. Pressing down through all four corners of both feet. Making sure the knees don't pass the toes. Finding strength here in your chair pose. An underrated one at that. Inhale, put the weight into the right foot as you find one leg mountain. Left knee comes up towards the chest. Breathing deeply. Exhale, shift yourself forward into airplane. Reaching back with the fingertips. welcoming the shakes and the wiggles. Gently step the left toes back. Arms come forward to meet. Maybe fingertips touch. Exhale, release the hands down to the floor or blocks, lengthening that right leg, pour out. Pyramid pose. A few rinses of the spine. Inhale, find length. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Once more, inhale, find length. And exhale, let it go. Bend that front knee, step the left foot up to meet the right into a forward fold. Inhale, press all the way down to lift up. And exhale, hands to heart center. So we'll add on to our vinyasa. Inhale, arms go wide. Exhale, sit the hips down as you draw hands to heart center, chair pose. Inhale, weight goes into left foot, finding one leg mountain. Exhale, shift yourself into airplane mode. Airplane mode. Airplane pose. Maybe airplane mode if you need to really disconnect. Release the back toes. Maybe fingertips come to touch in front. And then release the back heel down and draw the arms open, meeting in warrior two. Relax the shoulders down, maybe adjust the feet if needed. Finding strength in the legs and in the arms as you reach towards the wall. And then we're going to work a little bit with rainbow warrior. So similar to reverse warrior, as we inhale, come back, but we're going to grab what would look like an invisible beach ball with our hands. And as we exhale, we bring the ball around and back. And so waving ourselves up and around, maybe shifting the feet as we send the ball out the back. So a couple more times here. Inhale deeply, coming around and sending it to the back. Once more. Inhale, find length, and then circle around and stay. Turn towards the back of the mat, finding crescent lunge. Plant the left hand, open up towards the right, low lunge twist. Drawing shoulder blades together. Right fingertips reach up towards the sky. Exhale, release, hands to frame the foot. Step up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press down through the feet, lift all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit the hips back, hands draw to heart center, finding chair pose. Full round of breath here. Weight goes into the right foot as we find one leg mountain. Soft bend in that standing leg as we shift our weight into airplane. Exhale, gently release the back foot. Arms come forward, fingertips touch. Plant the back heel as we draw the arms open, finding warrior two. Working with rainbow warrior again. So hold in that beach ball. Inhale here. And then as we exhale, circle around. Let it go. Inhale. And toss the beach ball. Coming back around twice more. Moving with your breath. This time we'll shift into runner's lunge towards the top of the mat. Keep the right hand planted. Left fingertips peel up towards the sky. Low lunge twist. Release the hand, step up, forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time we're going to go right into it. Keep working with this vinyasa. So inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, sink the hips down, hands meet at heart center in chair pose. Inhale, weight into the left foot, one leg mountain. Exhale, shift into airplane. Gently step the right toes back. Fingertips touch in front. Drawing arms open, planting that foot down, coming into warrior two. And we'll move twice with breath with rainbow warrior. So inhale and then circle around. Send it. Coming back. Send the ball and rotate towards the back of the mat. Left hand plant, right fingertips reach up. Low lunge twist. Release the right hand, step up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, sit back, chair pose. Inhale, weight into the right foot. One leg mountain. Exhale, airplane. Release the back toes, arms come forward, fingertips touch. Plant the back heel, draw the arms open, warrior two. Twice with breath, rainbow warrior. Inhale, exhale, send the energy. Inhale, cultivate the energy at the top, and exhale, send it. Rotate towards the top of the mat. Right hand plants, opening up towards the left in a low lunge twist. Release the hand, step back, downward facing dog. Full round of breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Softly drip the knees down and come back into a seated position. Meeting in Sukhasana. And just taking a moment to settle back into a seated position. Inhale deeply. And then exhale, let's begin to fold forward. Maybe arms, hands go wide. Find a little bit of a slither or sway. Maybe a moment in stillness. Walking the hands back, stacking the spine. And then just taking a gentle twist on each side. So on an exhale, rotating towards the right. And then releasing through center and rotate towards the left. Meeting back in center. And just closing out with a few deep breaths. Letting the exhale be longer than the inhale. And just taking a moment to notice maybe what came up for you during today's practice, what has shifted, tuning into the sensations of the body, maybe noticing the heartbeat, the pulse, temperature, and even just noticing what it's like to give your body some time and attention and seeing how it responds. Gathering hands at heart center and sealing our practice with thanks and gratitude. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to practicing with you again somewhere on your mat. Take care.